We all love the thrill of how exciting the races can be and when you're trackside and watching our great equine athletes sprint for that finish line. But what do the horses do after their racing careers are over? There's so many things a thoroughbred can go on to do after their career is finished. Rest and relaxation, eventing, different disciplines which we'll talk about. But here's more about Turning for Home from Program Administrator Danielle Montgomery.
We're really proud to have Turning for Home here at Parks Racing. We're in our 16th year. Turning for Home was started because there was some bad publicity about the horses on the racetrack and people wondering where race horses went. And we always know the good horses go to the breeding farms and they get resold into the big hunter jumpers. But what about the horses that needed a little help when they were getting ready to retire? So it was the brainstorm of Mike Leslie that saw that there were some really great programs around, but it limited numbers. I think the TRF could, had a herd of 100 horses. We have 1,200 horses here at most times at Parks Racing, and we retire about 30 a month. So the funding for Turning for Home is primarily our owners. Every time an owner races a horse, they give a contribution that's now $100 per start that comes to Turning for Home. That is sort of like a Social Security for all of our horses, so there's no horses left behind. In 16 years, we've never turned down an eligible horse, and eligibility just means that the trainer has to be here for 6 months of the year or the horse ran its last race here. Parks Racing Jockey Colony was the first in the nation to fully support aftercare, and every time they win or place, they contribute to aftercare. Turning for Home Day on Labor Day this year in September, so we invite everybody to come out to the parks. We're celebrating our partner farms. Our theme this year, our 16th year, we couldn't do any of this without our partner farms that help rehabilitate, retrain, rehome these horses. And we're going to come back in November. We're having our all thoroughbred showdown where we partner with Second Call from Monmouth to really have a great show to show the diversity of our horses and to create new homes for them. We'll have an adopt-a-thon, a lot of great events, and even a celebrity class. As always, Turning for Home is thankful for all of our supporters, the owners, trainers, the Pennsylvania breeders, Parks Racing, who allow us to help so many horses.
Navy Commander was a very good horse here at Parks Racing, trained with Butch Reed for Swilk Can Stables. He retired in 2020 with our partner farm, Full Gallop, Laura Anderson. Full Gallop is one of our partner farms in South Carolina. She helps us to restart our horses in eventing. And Navy Commander did a great job transitioning. He's now competing successfully with his youth rider, and they say that he has a very calm but spirited demeanor and he's doing really well with her. Turning for Home reaches out to our adopters. We see what the latest update is. We'll reach out to them through text message. We'll follow them on Facebook. Our horses don't all have to be eventers. Sometimes we reach out and we see that they're doing dressage work or therapy work with children and veterans. Sometimes we see them doing competitive Western events like barrel racing or roping. There's so many things that our thoroughbreds can do after the racetrack.
You may be wondering why I'm standing here with a program coordinator, Samantha Brock-Potts, and a hobby horse. Well, Sam, when you take a look at the horses when they do get into eventing, you're talking about Navy Commander, they start, where do they even begin?
They could jump as high as like 5 foot very competitively. They could start at shows with little cross rails that are 18 inches tall. Some are naturals and some you have to teach them how to pick up their feet.
And what's the first thing? Do they just start with a jump right away?
First, they have to start doing the flat work, the walk, trot, canter, and then they can start doing little jumps like the one we have set up here we're going to show.
This would not be 4 or 5 feet, right?
No, that's not 4 or 5 feet.
Would this be like a beginner level?
That's a beginner level.
The eventing were very competitive. The horses, they were race horses, so they are probably just as competitive in the eventing as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of Olympians that pick a thoroughbred for their horse.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really exciting stuff, and it all happens with Turning for Home. So we hope you had a nice chance to learn about aftercare a little bit and also what Turning for Home does right here at Parks. For myself and Princess Sophie, who's hanging out here, don't forget, we always want to make sure that we take care of our horses after their racing careers are over, and we do that every day with Turning for Home.